Since attending her husband's inauguration, Melania Trump has stayed out of the spotlight and largely out of the White House. The First Lady's involvement in her husband's new and bustling administration has been limited since her appearance at the January inauguration. Instead, she has opted to remain with the pair's son, Barron, 10, in New York, where they will continue to reside through the end of the school year. In the meantime, her duties have, at times, been filled by Trump's daughter, Ivanka, who accompanied her father to Dover Air Force Base in Delaware last week to pay respects to a Navy SEAL killed in a weekend raid in Yemen. The First Lady did, however, attend the Red Cross Gala last Saturday in Mar-A-Lago with her husband. While Melania Trump did not accompany visiting First Lady Akie Abe of Japan when she toured several Washington sites this week, she did greet her Japanese counterpart at Joint Base Andrews in Maryland before they traveled down to the Trump's family's Mar-A-Lago resort in Florida. The First Lady's prolonged absence in Washington raises questions about how she'll help shape the tone and tenor of life at the White House. The White House announced the First Lady's official second hire Wednesday evening, Social Secretary Anna Christina Nice-Lloyd, who will oversee events planning. In a statement about the appointment, the First Lady said she was looking forward to sharing my ideas and traditions of entertaining and social hospitality to America's house, my new home as well. 1 week earlier, the First Lady tapped Lindsey Reynolds as her chief of staff, a hire also announced via an emailed White House press release. The filling of the key role comes at a time when the largely unmanned First Lady's office has thousands of tour requests piling up, according to the New York Times. The White House did not immediately respond to NBC News questions about the timing of hiring for such positions as schedulers and press secretary staff. Nor did the White House answer questions about planning underway for such marquee events in which First Ladies traditionally take a leadership role, such as the Easter egg roll, which takes place in the spring and draws thousands. Still, one White House official told NBC News that the First Lady's office is staffing up and eager to get things moving, noting that there is much happening behind the scenes. But Melania Trump's thinly staffed office should come as little surprise. Anita McBride, former chief of staff to First Lady Laura Bush and executive in residence at American University, told NBC News. Each First Lady can set the pace of her office in the way that suits them best, and when it comes to Melania Trump, she laid down the marker early that she'd be taking her time, McBride said. McBride surmises that even if they were fully staffed as of today, it's not clear that things would be all that different. While the pace of the West Wing has been near constant executive actions on many of the president's campaign promises, the office of the First Lady isn't subject to the same expectations. The president is doing so much, but he's elected to do that, said McBride, American University's executive in residence at the School of Public Affairs. She's not the elected official. She gets to rewrite that position's description. By comparison, Michelle Obama was reluctant at first in the First Lady role, and Laura Bush was put on a shorter preparation timeline because of the Bush v. Gore Supreme Court case that effectively decided the election in December 2000. However, each First Lady developed her own signature platform and made her mark. Michelle Obama made healthy eating and physical exercise her cause célèbre as part of her Let's Move campaign. Laura Bush was an advocate for literacy. And both First Ladies pushed for the rights of women and girls globally. Each of them have evolved into the role on their timetable, and each has made a difference, McBride said. Mrs. Trump will find her footing in her own way to have an impact as well. Melania Trump has said she, too, would advocate for the rights of women and children and would also make cyberbullying awareness one of her causes. The former model will have to work to overcome low approval ratings compared to her counterparts. Just before their respective husbands' inaugurations, Michelle Obama enjoyed an approval rating of 68%, Laura Bush 56% and Hillary Clinton 59%, according to Gallup. Melania Trump's rating was at 37%. And though she has been out of Washington, the former model has been in the headlines. The First Lady just settled a court battle with a British tabloid reporter for the Daily Mail over allegations made by the outlet about her time as a model.